Ooh, and good morning. Or, hello. There we go. I think I have the mic on now, so hello. Good. Actually, it's not morning. Why the hell am I saying morning? Good afternoon. So, here is the frickin' deal. Now, previously, earlier this morning, I had gone ahead and gone through this, and, well, stuff went a lot better than expected, actually. Actually, overall, the run was pretty decent, I'd go so far as to say. Now, I'm gonna, let's see, let's turn down that volume just a little bit. So, I'm gonna hop to this menu for the sake of silence. But, yeah, there were a few little changes that I noticed might be a little bit of a good idea. So I've gone ahead and updated the splits accordingly. I have it properly updated this time. So for one thing, I just put up one about an hour ago here where I basically was able to do 126 with mistakes. That was doing the whole training wheel thing of, when I know that there's a chance that something's going to go haywire, I go to save state and then just get the option to restart from that mission start if it fails. I'm going to continue doing that this one, but, hopefully this will be the one where that doesn't happen. But yeah, a few little changes that I noticed. For one thing, it was better to actually have the turning optional part as opposed to the actual lockbox extender. It seemed like it was a little bit easier to kind of snapshot everything than it was to worry about it causing issues in that radar part. What else? Last time I actually, in the 126 one, I actually made a mistake that cost me a couple minutes more than likely. Since I was able to just kind of leave it, I accidentally went and beeped into the convoy one where you're just going and protecting the truck. And that was kind of a bit of a time-costly mistake, so that's probably a couple minutes easily on its own. But still, it was a pretty positive upgrade, so let's go ahead and give this another go here. Again, hopefully the training wheels won't be necessary, but I'm just looking to try and improve the time at this point. We'll see if this happens. Alright, let's go ahead and do this. New game. Can do that. Mash through this. One entity. Yes, it did. I'll go ahead and throw one of these out. Throw one of those out. Okay, did not do it right that time. Throw that one out. Throw that one out. Good. They're all damaged. Now it should zoom out, and there should be another guy over here. Nope. I think we may have gotten the left guy this time. Yeah, unfortunately, last time... Yeah, there we go. There he is. I got really good spawns when I was doing this last time. Go ahead and finish him off. Not spawn another one? Not yet. So I don't want to kill off any of these guys until it spawns one more. Or rather, I don't want to get down to 2 until it spawns one more, so there we go. Got a spawn on that last one, and now we should be able to finish this off. Last one. Nope, it spawned one more. Still, we shouldn't be getting any reinforcements, so good. In case for whatever reason you're looking at this and you're unaware of why you would want to do it that way, basically it will spawn reinforcements if you do this too fast, so you just want to kind of damage all of them, get them a little bit weaker, and then do this kind of thing. Interestingly, on normal, it seems like he's invincible from friendly fire. Or at least once you get to this point, he might be. Not sure. Alright, let's see if I can get the buttons right. Alright, some minor mistakes there, but still doable. Why is my... I'm having a little bit of delay on my X here. Like I said, if somebody can do these button things perfectly, I'm sure they could save a few seconds here. Hover forward.
There are more than we expected. Be careful.
There are always more than you expected. There will be a few little safety things that I'll be doing that's a little bit different from the from the current record ones. Specifically because I won't have any kind of generator upgrade yet. I'm going to be taking the safe route through the water processor thing, which is just basically overboosting up on top of the thing and then just kind of dropping off instead of feathering over there. It's going to be just slightly too little energy. I'm sure there's a way to do it right, but don't exactly want to risk it. Go, get you. Ah, I love 3rd gen hovers. They're so nice. Well, early 3rd gen hovers. This kind of maneuver just overheats you like crazy if you end up doing it in Last Raven. Because while you still can get that same ignition thing, you're basically going and collecting all that same heat from each one, which honestly most radiators won't be able to take. Oh, you little dingus. Yeah, that would be the one when he's about to spawn in. So that MT right there, as far as I'm aware, is the only one that you actually have to try and get as fast as you can. The rest of them seem like they will just spawn over time up until they hit a max limit of what seems to be 3. So as long as you have under 3, you're still going with that until you get that final little Roomba at the end there. Frickin' Roombas! They have so many giant Roombas in the future. The howitzer is mostly picked up at this point for the sake of convenience. Really no need to use it yet. There we go. Stupid humming noise in the background. Every single time I feel like my phone's going off. Did. If I'm counting right, there should be 2 left. Quit with your awkward angles. Okay, that should be the last one, I think. Is there one more? Nope, there's one more little Roomba.
Very impressive, Raven. Perhaps we'll work together again.
Maybe we will, but don't count on it. Neat. It was objectively achieved. Alright, it's already 12 seconds over the last one somehow. That doesn't seem right. Technically, standoff and secure mine can be done in any order, since the parts don't really change.
Stick to the plan. Those MTs are no match for
Bringing Knuckles and an MT over there. Oh no. And we're done here.
That's all of them. Let's head out.
I feel like that kind of thing right there, that would be perfect for the water processor thing, but whatever. I should be able to save a few seconds off last time by just doing this right.
Raven, destroy all forces occupying the facility.
Darn. Okay, so he dodged it that time. If you can potentially you can hit them with the howitzer on the way in and save a few seconds. Potentially the door can also not do its nonsense. These ones are better to approach from the side. Unfortunately, even then, they sometimes might just dodge stuff, which is not great. One over there. Fortunately, this bastard is still alive. No time saved over last time there. Oh, come on. There you go. Get going. Gotta go fast, gotta go fast. We both spawn over there this time. Yes, we did. Unfortunately, the downside of sticking with this lockbox the entire time... well, I guess it technically only comes up early on, but you've got cases where you need to essentially snipe something with a howitzer, and at the same time you need to be able to lock onto something different at the same time. Can't exactly snapshot it too effectively in this case. About 13 seconds over for that part. Yeah, definitely don't do transport escort, or escort transport, I should say.
There isn't much room to maneuver. Watch your footing.
Get him. Trying to kind of blind fire one of them. Oh well, we'll come back for the rest. It's just unnecessarily fancy maneuvers. And off the bridge. And part 2. Okay, the same mistake as last time.
There are 4 generators spaced throughout the factory. Get moving. Target disabled. There are 3 left. Target disabled. 2 more to go. Target disabled. You have 1 left.
That's more like it.
Destruction of all targets confirmed.
Raven, security says there are MTs heading this way. We still don't have power.
So there's actually one thing that I noticed in the last attempt
Are active. Targets
that I feel should be pretty good. We'll see if we get to that point.
Second wave approaching. Third wave approaching.
Oh, come on. Him. Get over here, you awkward dickhole. He's the one that you need to get to in order to actually make some progress here.
Area secure. Good work. Objective achieved.
Now we do survey, and then we pick up the parts for the majority of the run. Definitely do not do transport this time. Crap. We're gonna do it this way.
Move it! We need help now!
Survey team identified. Make sure they get to the escape point.
That. Move him.
Over there!
As before, go over here, pick up these. Passing the second door in about 3 seconds.
Enemy reinforcements are closing in.
Dealt with. Now we go over here. Yeah, I'm sure you're gonna get right on that. Honestly, these last ones can even be ignored in a lot of cases. I'm gonna go over here to skip their text box. Done. Probably should have done... no. We're moving on to other stuff here. And that's where I forgot. So actually that upgrade, I had moved it away a while ago. It's not supposed to be there. There we go. Hey, Mr. Fun Counting.
It worked. They took the bait.
There we go. Get a full boost going here. Because in this part you can't really do the stagger boost.
The real target.
There we go, got him. And just because why not, can go pick this up over here. There's really no need to. But yeah, so, yeah, I think there's actually a possibility here. Only a minute ahead so far. Essentially got to make it up to 4 minutes ahead in order to be able to pull this off. Right there. Throw that away, aim a little bit down.
There isn't much time. Hurry up and set the charges.
Go for a little bit of a stagger boost to get a little bit of speed here. Go, do this.
You have 3 left. You have 2
Ah,
left.
hell. This is what I needed it for. You're supposed to basically use it to go break that barricade.
Demolition charges planted.
Charging, that's fine. Look at that guy for no reason other than he can. Okay, so going a little bit under on time here, but still. Are so okay. Safeguard water. And this is why I didn't need to access the garage or anything else earlier, because this is the one where you end up going and getting stuff. Now, I'm gonna do that whole friggin' training wheel save right there. Once again, I'm just kind of learning speedrunning here. Then we come down here, do this sort of thing, go through here. Get stuck on the walls, because that's what these hover legs are fantastic at.
Gate 6 opened.
Now, normally the idea would be to kind of just flutter, well, go and feather your way over here. Instead, we're going to do something like this. So I'm going to go up here. That was actually some pretty bad luck, because I ended up getting hit by the bazookas midair. A little bit of energy back here. Don't do it, don't learn speedrunning. Well, basically what happened, I was doing a bunch of challenge runs, and I noticed that there were a bunch of little optimizations. So I'm not gonna, like, go and do this all the time. I just figured I'd go ahead and, give it a try. Leads to degeneracy and suffering? Yeah, probably. I noticed... Oh, no. Got that same thing again. I noticed on my testing out attempt earlier of these runs, with a bunch of mistakes, it was about, give or take, 10 minutes away from world record. Then I gave it another run, and again, still a ton of mistakes. It was only 4 minutes off. Oh, get in the door, you dick. So odds are, basically all I really want to do is get one solid run in where I know I got everything right. I mean, I have absolutely no thought in my head that I'm in any way decent at speedrunning. I mean, I said at the very beginning, I am trash at this, so... Yeah, you can see here where I ended up not updating the words on this, right? Don't need to sell that head. Now, where's the other freaking thing? Oh, I already sold it. Extension, melon. Generator raws. Optional is pick up this, and pick up this. Just enough. Oh, hell, I forgot to put the generator on. That's the only problem with not immediately going and buying and selling the thing. Okay, now we do crossback. The war record of this probably isn't all that optimized. Oh, hell no, it isn't at all. That's what I was doing this for in the first place. Because I noticed a few things that could be optimized. That's why I'm doing this with a howitzer, because I think it's just the better way to do it. Really, the only thing that it's slower at is dealing with some of these random things like tanks. Get these out of the way. Howitzer on you. MG on everything else here. Do a little bit of clearing. Move forward. Crossback comes in. Nope. Go. Wasn't supposed to stop there yet. Fine. Don't forget this guy this time. But yeah, it's Mr. Procow and Mr. Airlian that I believe are the ones that are actually going to do proper speedruns of this thing. But I figure while I'm kind of feeling it today, might as well give it a go, you know? Especially for Death Hallway, I found something that's pretty darn consistent. Because their runs were using the flamethrower, I believe this can shave some time off. Because if I got close to their times and it's frickin' me, then they can do it way better. Okay. Horrible stuff with Crossback this time because he's deciding to run all over the place. Might take you... You might take it after some tries? Yep, maybe. Should have hit that one for coffee break way earlier. Alright, here's the one where it tends to do pretty well. Don't be spazzy, come on.
Away from the convoy.
Unfortunately, this early phase of this particular one is a little bit rough if the lockbox won't behave. The main downside of using the original FCS throughout this entire run, unfortunately, is this thing is super wonky about when it's actually locked on or not. So if you have really random moving AC or MTs like these ones, yeah, that's a problem. Dang it. Moved just out of the way of that one. Thankfully, this one, you don't really have to worry about being super efficient about fighting them, because there's only a certain amount of cars that actually walk through here. Yep, fun counting, that is exactly the point. Because I'm hoping, maybe if this game gets popular with speedrunners or something, you know, maybe people will get competitive, and maybe more people will be interested in it. If for no other reason. Since it kind of seems like nobody really wants to, I don't know, it seems very difficult to get people into this series, unfortunately. There's just too many misconceptions about it to actually make that happen. I think TBM's been the most successful with that whole Pokemon series. Looks like a good speed game. It is, though. Like, if even I can do it, there's definitely a bunch of really, really good stuff that you can do with it. I mean, I know Mr. Cow held the record for at least a few months or so. Then suddenly 3 people jumped up on top of him. I mean, most of what I realize as far as optimizations for this run, honestly, most of it boils down to the fact that it seems like they were going for sheer DPS, as opposed to the fact that you can get DPS and range out of this howitzer. It's slower in some spots, but it makes a lot of things potentially more stable. However, if somebody were to, say, take a flamethrower and they manage to perfectly manipulate the AI every single time, yeah, they sure would be faster, but that ain't really gonna happen. Just because everything is a tad bit too random for that. By the way, not sure if you're still here. What was I getting at here? Is the audio decent? I know I need to ask this every single freaking time. Mostly because every single different thing I do ends up taking some different settings, and then I push a button, and then everything dies, and it's horrible. So... okay, I just saw something spawn in. This went so well last time. If you can catch them when they're in the hallway, that's the most consistent, but then they'll just randomly jet out of the way. The game can be heard, but just barely. Okay, I thought it was potentially drowning everything out. Right, buddy. What is your issue? Thank you. I think this is the worst this particular thing has gone in quite a good while.
The evacuation is complete. Thanks for your help.
Incoming transmission.
Alright. No.
Mirage has an urgent request. They want
No
you to
premature
leave the central
obiculation.
It's up to you whether or not to accept.
Yep, and that's when you'd want to go, but it's actually after this text box.
If you want in.
3, 2, 1. Ah. Yeah, I think boosting there is just faster.
Moving to the central terminal.
Now, this right here is why you have the Malum at this point already. Normally would probably just wait and save the extra space for later, but I felt like this was a pretty good place to put it.
Raven, we have to locate the AC. He has the chipset.
Good. We're not going to explain what that is any farther,
Forget about those.
because nobody bothered telling us what we're actually here for. as the random NPC casually dies in the background.
Finally, a worthy opponent.
Can't say the same about you. Okay, got jump RNG, that's bad. If he stays on the ground for all 4 of his shots, then, you know, he can successfully inoculate him pretty well. Okay. Next we got Attack Mirage. Exactly, you're here to get paid. Always here to get paid. Like that friggin' operator from, what's his face? Or what's her face? Dang it, I can't remember her name from Nexus. Like Emma or something? No, Emma Sears is the Silent Lion one. Okay, got a little bit of freezing going on there. That's an emulator issue. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to mention that this is on an emulator. Yeah, of course it's on a freaking emulator. Because unfortunately I don't have a friggin' god computer to run the PS2 version of this. I do have the actual PS2, but I'm not gonna go shell out $300 to record that thing. Friggin' would be hard-pressed to shell out $5 for that. Should have been right there. Pretty solid. No, get over here, you awkward dickhole. I'm gonna go for this one. This one. For some reason my howitzer was delayed to fire. This one's super fun. It actually looks really cool too. It was that one, and there's that one.
Destruction of all enemy targets can
Oh, the A rank, exactly. The run's basically over now. It failed everything.
Objective achieved.
Alright. Lost about 12 seconds on that one, but it's still salvageable. Now we go to Ruglin. Nope. It really wants to do that empty training exercise. I was saying earlier, if somebody knows for sure where all of the missions are in advance, and I was joking that I need to go and set up a thing for myself that says how many spaces they are down, because I never can remember the button inputs. No, this doesn't use H+. So sometimes you can get good RNG on these and the howitzer will essentially break their armor. It's really unclear what causes that though, because it doesn't seem to be a set amount of damage.
Let's head in and give the other AC a hand.
This is Night Flyer. I need backup.
Now, ideally, Fragile will actually get killed here.
This is no ordinary AC.
Seems like a weird thing to say, and I'm not really going to go out of my way to guarantee it, but perfect. Good. So if he ends up blading Night Flyer, that's absolutely perfect, or if he gets himself going after Cold Hard here, you can get a bunch of free hits on him, and also he has no dialogue when the fight's done. So he basically takes a few seconds to go get his dialogue in. There we go. Back up to a minute plus. 1 H plus be good for speedrunning? Yes, but you can't actually get it at the start of the game. You only get H plus after beating the entire arena. And after beating the game. Ah, hell. Screw it. Screwed that up. If you kind of just... those are annoying. That was completely ruin your momentum, but as long as you don't get any spiders crawling out of the little holes there, as long as you can continue facing forward here, you can just kind of boost your way through this entire hallway. It's just enough to make it here. I stopped a little bit too early. And as before, you stay a little bit farther away so he doesn't do his whole net shooting thing. Usually he decides against it. Usually. That's his only complete stun lock you in place move. As long as he keeps firing his I totally don't have an Alex cannon in my mouth move, this is fine. And we're done here.
I don't believe it. What's been happening here?
Yeah, so Human Plus is kind of, you get the part, it's OP Intensify. That replaces all of your optional parts. Basically, you just go and you do a bunch of achievement type of things in order to unlock the different features of it. But yeah, it's for all intents and purposes kind of a New Game Plus thing. Okay. That's done. Good alloy sample. See if I can get this right on the first try. Right about there, right? Not ideal, but sort of okay-ish.
As long as the sample is intact, the crest asks that you continue the mission.
Yes. Drop those to be a little bit faster.
Sample and continue on to the objective.
Okay.
It's opening.
Done. There we go. Okay. Doing better, doing better. Okay, now the boat. The boat. The frickin' boat. Fan of the boat.
System engaged.
You should be able to gain access here.
Directions.
Fast. We don't know how long the ship will stay afloat.
Exactly 10 minutes. Down hole, go over here. Hold down opposite hole, ignore first thing, go here. Down here. Get reminded that friggin' Warhawk is an amazing game. Lose all time gained from running into a wall.
Target recovered. Get out of there.
Didn't mean to use that Malum just yet, but kind of needed to there. You get so much momentum off these things. Here. Come on. First one, second. Now we need to go up. Now we need to recover. Stupid pixel perfect jump, I swear. Get in the hole. This is easily the worst frickin' part of this entire run. Now I'm gonna go here. And I need to go up there. Stupid mine layers. Come on, get in, get in, get in. Boat. Nope. Go up. One of the many downsides of the quails. Okay. I think that was the most... okay, that's the second most solid boat run I've ever had so far. Not really a whole lot of time to be saved on this one, since it consists of mostly sitting around for a couple minutes.
System engaged.
First, clear out sector E31.
Get rid of that guy, get rid of that guy. Now we literally just wait. We go ahead and go over here.
W29 clear.
Understood, Kaiser. Move to sector S11.
Let's see, it was about roughly 39 minutes. See what ends up happening here. Take a little tiny break. Alright, and then as soon as he's saying it's taking too long, that's when we go into the room, start aiming at the thing. Then as soon as another text box pops up, just pretty much pop that last one and we're done here. So yellow boat has to go do her thing. Yep, there we go. We got yellow boat. And we got the guy saying it's taking too long.
Head to sector S42.
One of few ways for Twin Head to survive this mission.
It's taking too long.
Yep.
Hurry.
And they're almost exactly right, so it's about a minute 20, give or take.
Clear.
Nothing's gonna go right there.
Kaiser, sector E07 is next.
Kaiser says his thing at 30 seconds, or at a minute 30. Give it about 10 more seconds.
Another AC made it to the generators.
Good for you.
That's it. The facility
So if you
is
start shooting the second that the text box appears, as long as the notification comes in the middle of the text box, you can potentially cancel out of it. Maybe save another second, but I think that went well enough.
Achieved.
Okay, currently up by almost 2 minutes. Good.
Avoid the lower level. No AC can withstand those temperatures.
That little po-po sound makes me think of XCOM every time. Okay, I'm screwed by missiles. Okay, take a quick break here. There we are.
Bombs removed.
Why didn't I kill it right away? Basically, if I did that, it would have required loading the next area, which would have extended the timer for the mission a little bit more. Each little area that you do extends the timer more and more and more, and the idea is that you're supposed to get all the way to the end and make it to the generators and all that sort of thing. But instead, we went ahead and intentionally just let somebody else get the payday on that one. And now we do destroy computer. Lesson learned from last time, I'm actually going to keep both weapons on hand this time. Make it a little bit faster. Going to do a lot of fluttering to get past this. And fly. Fly, you fool. This is where the turning thing ends up being very useful. Unfortunately, fine controlling through these doors is something I suck at. is what I wanted the MG for. You kind of clear this area out a little bit.
Objective achieved. Get to the
Throw those away. Exactly, being lazy is the fastest way. Oh, stupid box. That's why I want that box out of the way. For some reason I'm always just magnetically drawn to that stupid thing. So the Malums help, but you can, again, just as usual, flutter your way through this thing. So if you're unaware of what that is, it's kind of where you end up reigniting your boosters right as they're about to finish accelerating. And for whatever reason, they kind of kept it in the game where this keeps you going, well, you can keep reusing that same initial kind of ignition flare, as it were. You can kind of use it to boost full speed at all times. How does it calculate mission rank? Calculates it by time and money made. So since most of these are done being done very fast, it's essentially calculating it as a nice, happy, little profitable S. Sometimes they're Bs because, well... for that one, for example, it's a B because you can potentially get a crapload of extra money. Actually, as Mr. Cow showed, it's potentially the most lucrative mission in the entire game.
enemy forces detected in the vicinity. Get moving.
All units, keep the AC away from those capsules.
Capsules, dang it.
Roger.
For some reason it's very finicky. That makes me paranoid. There we go. Even if you destroy the gun emplacements here, you end up finding out that you can just do that exact same thing in a minute. Where is that last one? Why am I going in the wrong direction? There's a nice convenient little square that you do here, and once you get to the very end, you have a little timer.
All data capsules retrieved.
There we go. Steed. How about never?
Arrive shortly, but in this weather.
Only downside? This is one of the dangerous parts when it comes to not having a radar. Normally you just want to stick into the river here so that you don't end up going out of bounds. Because you have to hold out for about 30 seconds, and... unfortunately, this is the single most dangerous spot on the map, but you can't accidentally get hit by a grenade round and thrown out of bounds, as happened to me last time. Well, honestly, I would if I could. A bit too far on the edge here. There we go. I think this is the corner that I wanted. Normally you try to clear yourself an area and just kind of hold out. This build is very bad at dealing with this particular map, and more stuff keeps continuously spawning in. Once you've lasted about half a minute, they will come and pick you up. There we go. Good. Don't tell me about it. Do it. You can't skip this one, for whatever reason. Isn't it emulatable? Technically, yes, but the controller, from what I understand, isn't. So I'm not entirely sure how that would work. I remember I looked into emulating it a while ago, and it turned out to be a complete no-go. Because the thing has a 64-button frickin' controller. There we go. 3 minutes ahead of time. Gun emplacements. Meant to select consort, but whatever. Drop a state there just in case I screw this up. Go and move over here. First one should be right about here-ish.
That's one. 4 to go.
Sure.
2 down. There are 3 left.
sure are.
Only 2 more remaining.
Funny part is, in the PS2 version, you basically had to do this with, like, a friggin' spirit or something. To actually get the second part of this mission was an absolute pain in the neck. I think you had to do it within 15 seconds or some crap.
Turrets destroyed.
Okay, so now we hold out.
Incoming.
And this is what I want to hire the consort for, because they would essentially be doing a better job of taking the fire from these guys.
Has urgent assignment.
Actually, a little bit funny that they had these two missions next to each other, because I feel like they should be a side A and side B to the same thing.
They are preparing an attack.
Never, ever, ever accept that one.
If you're in
Where you get the Sawa, but it's just not worth it. I don't care how friggin' OP the Sawa is, it's just not worth it. Yeah, the controller was mandatory. I mean, I'm sure there's some way to pull it off. I mean, a guy pretty much made a build, a guy made a build for Silent Line. It's just like this entire friggin' cockpit. Pretty amazing. It's F-51 Dragon, if you look him up. But yeah, he just basically made like a full-blown cockpit and everything for Silent Line, and made it so that this cockpit view properly lines up with the cockpit setup that he put up for himself.
request declined.
Oh, the Sawa is the Karasawa. It's arguably, well, in most of the games it is the best weapon. In this one it's arguable. Because there's so many broken weapons that you can do a whole bunch of fun stuff, but yeah. It is potentially the most broken weapon in the game. Alright, this is the biggest potential for a time save right here. Because on this one, I accidentally ended up killing off friggin' Red Eye last time because she got in my way. It was a very bad habit of doing that. It was a very close fight. I think it might have potentially saved some time, but I have nothing to back that up. That's for more of the data mining sorts to figure out. Do this sort of thing. Yeah, she shoots you. No, that's perfectly fine. She runs in the way of your shot. Oh my god, what are you doing? You're a traitor. Yo. So far, so good. I'm just gonna keep circling around, just look for targets of opportunity. Because unfortunately, actively seeking anything out with his build is just, it's not gonna happen. That's when you gotta attack him. This is about the same as the flamethrower method in that regard. I'm gonna try not to go down there after them this time. Hopefully they'll land up here. Go, unload, 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 unload. Perfect. Okay, so no, that last one didn't end up saving any time. What the hell, did they all spawn behind us? What's funny is, of all the ones that you can betray, Red Eye is the only one that'll actually turn on you. All the others, you can kill off Appleboy, you can kill off Guidos, you can, well, your consorts, just, there's really no point in doing that. But I mean, when they're there for you. Let's see, Street Enemy won't turn on you. I was gonna have taken that shot. Is that it? Hopefully. There might be one more flying one around. Done. There we go. So like I was saying about the Sawa, it's basically like a laser bazooka, more or less. The thing is, it's the one that's on the cover of Silent Line is just like a big ol' friggin' laser cannon that you just, well, hold in your hand, despite being a cannon. But yeah, it basically stuns on impact, does a ton of damage, and not to mention will usually blind whatever you're shooting at. So it makes it very hard for them to see, and it's very annoying in multiplayer. Okay. There's another one that potentially can get dicey, so we're going to go ahead and drop a safety wheel right there. Actually, training wheel. I'm just calling them training wheels for now. I don't know what the proper term would be. But I'm just dropping little save states throughout this entire thing. Yeah, Karasawa and Moonlight is pretty friggin' good. Especially if you get all your energy upgrades.
The gate locked. I'm trapped.
Fortunately, this one is very ammo intensive. And then you still got an AC fight after this. I had to accept failure on this mission last time. Because despite the fact that Clazen was down to like 5 AP, Street Enemy could not figure out how aiming works, and therefore kept missing him. Done. He's done. Oh, come on now. You can hit them pretty easily on their way up, but there we are.
Are you clear? I'm moving further in.
Yes, they have been in all the games, and actually in almost all FromSoft games.
Please good luck. Get in here.
So it actually originally started...
The signal is breaking
Let's see. It originally started back in Kingsfield, where the Moonlight was basically just the ultimate weapon. And it was this kind of... It was basically like a dagger that turned into a lightsaber, more or less. And so that ended up turning into the Moonlight, which was... Let's see, they added it in Armored Core as just the blue blade that was really strong.
I'm surprised you made it.
Yeah,
Watch it. This guy is good.
not necessarily good, he's just very hoppy. So this is the one where it's very hit or miss, and that is entirely it. Like I said.
Still got it.
So, looks like he's still got it, is the thing that he says at 50%. Oh my god, you dick! Get out of my way! I'm sorry, it really annoys me when the AI does that, and they're like, oh my god, I have to hop right in front of you every single time. Especially in this one. So this is the point at which I usually end up regretting not picking up the extender. That extends your lockbox. Now he's already sparking. Let's see if Street Enemy can figure out competence this time. Probably not. Well. I gotta redo it. That's probably time already ruined. Yeah, Kurosawa is just an AC thing. It's one of the guys that was in it. We're gonna stay right here, let him go do his thing.
more units into the facility.
Dang it, I was hoping to get through this thing without any mistakes. Not necessarily rip run, this is still ahead of before.
I'll take it. The gate locked. I'm trapped.
I just got incredibly bad RNG there. Like, depressingly bad. Normally you can get him to get stuck on a wall or something and say, he's like, no, check it out, I'm freaking in the Matrix now. These guys you normally want to hit when they're down. Mostly want to spend the MG on them, more so than the actual hammer. But... Finished. Come the hell on. How many times are you gonna friggin' bounce in a row? Yeah, we'll say it is very the RNG on this thing is very frustrating. Because you get stuff like this where they're like, oh my god, I gotta jump 15 trillion times in a row. Like, dude, just freaking land. And then they give him 15 trillion AP, because of course they do.
I'm moving further in.
Alright. Shot, because of course.
Beverly's good luck. Get in here.
The signal is
At least I got that one right this time.
Please go assist.
Okay. Throw those away. I'm considering maybe moving up, swapping out all the parts for one mission forward in order to actually get that
I'm surprised.
one optional part.
Watch it.
Come on.
This guy is good.
No, he's not. Actually kind of sucks. You're just in my way. Come the hell on.
Like I've still got it.
Yeah, normally what he'll do is he'll get himself stuck somewhere. Other than that, he's just gonna keep hiding and hopping and all this other crap from side to side. Not even a tough fight. Be nice. So, as much as this seems like it would be an annoyance of the howitzer, this was just as annoying with the flamethrower. Come on. Okay, you have to be able to finish it, man. I probably should have just accepted the failure instead of restarting it. Kind of a waste of time. Is he just gonna discover competence? They send other impossibilities and basically never. Yeah, whatever. Just shoot at me then. Whatever. Every PvP fight does not feel like this. This is actually a pretty rare occurrence of... this is a pretty rare occurrence of the same thing happening twice in a row. Most of them are far, far, far better than this. It's just this particular guy is meant to be a douche. Whatever, we're just going to accept the failure on that one. Next is Rahito Purgatory. We do this. Honestly, I would reset on that one.
The program is on one of the lab's computers.
But like you saw earlier with Crossback, I mean, well, Crossback is hardly even a fight, to be fair. The PvP fights are actually really fun in this game. So every now and then they have an AI that they had put into this game where it's like the guy is clearly just made to be an a-hole. You're just meant to hate this guy with every fiber of your being, and that would be Clayson in a nutshell. Like, he's saying, "Oh, this guy's good." No, he's pretty awful. Just all he does is hop up and down all day and move side to side, so he's annoying to hit. Oh, come on, we're stuck. Don't get stuck. Oh, I hate these things. Okay. So, for example, there's two 2v1 fights that happen over the course of this run, and both of them are pretty darn fun. And honestly, both of those are easier than Clayson. Move. Frickin' Roombas. Yeah, Rahito is probably one of the worst levels in this. So you come here twice. Once right now, once way later. Basically, you're stealing the program in order to be able to come back later. And what's funny is afterwards, they basically tell you, oh, it was all pointless. There we go. Got a lot of time to try and catch up here. Didn't make a whole lot of progress last time. Not the right guy. It'll do. Normally I like using Cold Heart for this one.
We have a security breach. All units engage.
So this is the one that I actually like having this extender on for. Or rather, like not having the extender on for. My bizarre texture bug. How's that going?
Take out that AC. It's wreaking havoc.
Right here. Yeah, I guess all things considered, yeah, I am gonna pop on the other optional part. Just because it'll make Clayson so much friggin' easier. Mostly the worry is that it'll automatically lock onto one of these things. Though, come to think of it, I can probably just throw away the MG, fire it from a distance. Maybe not.
Hold on. I'm receiving a transmission.
I'm sure you are. There we go.
Mirage.
So if there's another failure on this one, we'll keep on going, but I don't really see those 24 seconds being made back. Okay, actually, no, wait, there's 3 2v1 fights. Normally they're a little bit more like this, where there's interesting builds, doing interesting stuff, all that sort of thing. Nope. But the reason for these 2 weapons in particular, the MGs just got crazy damage as far as everything goes, and there's a bunch of heat and damage that comes from the howitzer. Essentially, the idea is that it gives a little burst of heat. Normally, that's why I want the flamethrower too. Heat, as you see on the top right, that's basically why my health is going down. Kind of just like you enter a sort of bleed-out state. And 1 or 2 shots from this thing is usually enough to do it, so it essentially causes them to take extra damage on top of what they're already taking. Okay. Still up 24 seconds. And I got this one, which has a tendency to go wrong a lot of the time. Basically, the strategy's like this. You know, you try to stay in the air as much as possible. Oh, multiplayer PvP? No, that's very different. If you look up the Silent Line tournaments, we've been doing this kind of Silent Line tournament. I actually have a video of it myself. It's unfortunately
Take them out.
a little bit laggy, but it's very fun. Yeah, so jumping tactic is basically
Raven, stop them.
the crux of the fighting in this one. Now, where's the second one? You're right here. You are over that way. I still have 1 more use of my Malum. And here should be the last wave. I'll use the Malum. Now, all I have to do is get a single shot in while they're in their open state. Come on, hit the other one, please. Tell me I hit the other one. Yes!
All targets
Okay, good.
destroyed.
Hey, Voctor! Haven't seen you in a while. Okay. Got some time back on that one. Next time to go fishing. So yeah, so far this run was going amazingly until I got to the Clazen fight, at which point it became very clear that I needed to get the extension for the FCS. And we're going to go for comeback on this one, because he has a tendency to fire his rockets. If he fires some hand rockets on his second phase, then yeah. So how's stuff been? Stuff generally good? I don't need these extensions. Hell yes I do. Just gotta keep moving here. Okay, good. He's going after the other guy, which means he's targeting him. Means I can get some free damage off here.
Taking fire.
Good. So it's potentially possible to one-round him here if he gets very aggressive. But given his tendency not to get very aggressive, that would involve getting his blade out and everything too, so usually this is a 2-round thing. That should be 1 more. They completely missing. There we go.
Destruction confirmed. Return to base.
We can go... Well, you can see on the little shelf on the left there, there's a little hidden part. But yes, would like to do some LR PvP sometime. Ooh, there we go. Suddenly we're 47 seconds ahead. Oh yeah, because yeah, I had to redo this one last time. Okay, then we got Magna. I like to get a Jaunty for this one because he's very strong. Now, normally you would go and betray Huntress before she can betray you here.
Raven, it's an ambush.
Yes, 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 I'm sure it is. Look, it's so ambushy. I feel so ambushed. These guys are annoying for obvious reasons that you can't lock onto them normally. You end up hitting Huntress, good. Unfortunately, she also has a tendency to run around like a frickin' spaz. Oh. Yes, yes, they knew they wouldn't be enough.
Place for you in this world.
There sure is.
Die, rebel.
Perfect. Get yourself in a corner. Normally what we want to do is chase this guy into a corner and take care of him that way. What the hell? It's actually funny that they never bothered paying off the MT pilot. So he's still on your side. Oh, come on now. There we go. So she's got pretty much no armor to speak of. Bad RNG so far on this guy. Unfortunately, his hand rockets hurt like a truck. His other stuff, not so much. There we go, and done deal.
All targets destroyed. Return to base.
We're returning to base.
That guy's British. Alright, 1 minute positive. Basically means right now it would have been very, very, very close to the world record one if it wasn't for the nonsense. Oh, Clayton's fault. Okay, now we got Rahito Hell. So as far as what needed to be fixed, I think that was hopefully already figured out last time. It was something to do with some... Well, I forget what exactly was wrong with it. No, we'll be able to try it out and figure it out and make sure it all works. This is the second most inconsistent fight. So Nocturne is basically the Thing of Nightmares. He is basically a guy that will end up getting free damage pretty much his entire fight. You also have to go through a whole gauntlet just to get to him. He's pretty challenging on his own. If he decides to whip his sword out, you're basically screwed. Just your run's over at that point. Okay. Skip through these guys.
Code key obtained.
Funnily enough, opening up the key this time ends up shutting off the lasers, whereas last time it turned it on. We can range, or don't. Ever, fine, see if I care. So stylish about taking these guys out last time. They all just lined up perfectly and it looked like something out of friggin' John Wick. No, 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 no. Guys are the worst. This is why they get you stuck in this friggin' hallway. There's a safer way to do it, but it takes a little bit longer. I was just hoping to blitz through that time. Normally you need about 4,000 once you get to the final room in order to be able to even have a chance of surviving. Unless you get a really, 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 really lucky Nocturne fight. Oh my god, getting in the door! Sometimes with this game, I swear. There. No, don't fire. You were supposed to...
Entering code key.
I really should put the whole activation button on a different button altogether. Use infinite boost here.
Target data acquired. Clear out.
Ravens, just don't think about it.
Okay, good. So far, so good. The best RNG I've ever seen was on Cow's Run, where he ended up getting him just stuck on a wall and pounded him, and that was it. Come on. And get rid of that second laser thing so he's hurting me this entire time. Yeah, I think the fight might be done. Hey, you stupid MT. Like I said, not exactly consistent. Good. Gonna deal with this guy. Don't want to take Plink in the hallway. I'm gonna take Plink in the hallway anyway. Up in and out. Right now it's all just about getting the hell out of here. Come on. Alright, these guys are still here. Maybe one will be by the door. Don't do it, you dicks. Up! Okay. There was a chance that he would have fired, and he would have fired at my feet. Last time I got out of that with 0008. Holy crap, 6 minutes ahead? I guess I didn't have to redo it. Okay, next we got Death Hallway. Yeah, sure we can.
System engaged.
Receiving mission update.
So that's a little trick that I ended up figuring out a little while ago. So basically, each of those doors has kind of a weird hurt box to it. So if you end up going to the left there and just kind of boosting through and make your way through that way, you can make it through with 4,000 to spare on the other side. So, whew. Alright, 5 ahead. Now we got Offenham, and then we got Layered. We're actually gonna skip getting Kaiser for this one. Should have saved before this, but oh well. Kaiser does make this go significantly faster.
What's the...
There's a little bit of a sweet spot you gotta hit with him. Come on, almost. Come on. Almost. There we go.
Construction confirmed. Raven.
Alright. You know what, this would have been a world record if I hadn't gone and retried that one. I don't know if it would have been considered invalid due to the mistakes that got made, but I have a feeling I can't actually pull it off. Oh, what a mess up. Shouldn't have purged there. Oh well, still doing way better than last time. And go down here, recover just a sec. That's fine. Lost a few seconds, no big whoop.
Incoming transmission. It's from Crest.
Sure is. Now that goes down for a while. This is probably gonna end up being like 120.45 or something.
What it is you hope to accomplish. What could possibly be gained by upsetting the current order?
Beating the game.
I guess it doesn't matter anymore.
No, it doesn't, emo representative. No, it doesn't.
Go. Let's find out what kind of future will be born from your decision.
We're just gonna land, you know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Perhaps should have waited, let's see, 15, 16. Fine, it's the next one, whatever. I'll go for the lightweight one first. They have a tendency to do more damage. Always just aim for them on the ground. It's the best way to get them. And one more should do it. Oh, don't be like that. There you go. And I'm actually tempted to even try another one later today. This was close. It was very close. And finish him. There we go.
It's the controller's core. That shield looks impenetrable now.
Oh, impenetrable.
Its energy reactor. Destroy it. Should neutralize the
Yes. Shut up. And we're done here. And time in 3, 2, 1. Okay, 122.07. So new personal best there then. So yeah, if it wasn't for that whole mistake with Clazen, which can be corrected by just getting the other extension, the lockbox extension, when I'm going and getting the not codone and the generator extender, then basically that should fix that up. So that was, I'm pretty sure, like a minute or two that got lost on that. And then the other miscellaneous mistakes, you know, just like randomly not going to the right stuff and all that sort of thing. So, yeah. Good stuff. At any rate, Voctor, let's go try that PvP thing. I can't really do that as a stream daily. Let's go give that a go. Alright, thank you guys for showing up.